All right. Good morning. Well, I am so excited because Debbie is an amazing soul. First of all, we met kind of randomly, like it's been happening, where I've just been sent these beautiful souls for not really understanding the purpose. But now, within 5 minutes, I was like, oh, I know where I need this woman. She's so amazing. So, first, I'm going to read her bio. Debbi Sluys, founder of Dare to Declare, is a coach, trainer, and speaker who specializes in helping people expand their brain's potential to see what's possible for their future with vision boards. As a former child care director, Debbie has studied personal development for over 30 years and has facilitated and witnessed science as at work by guiding over 1,000 clients to identify and declare their vision, both online and in person, in her Dare to Declare TM studio. Debbie has been featured on many global podcasts in the Corporate Escapist Magazine, shared an event with Gabrielle Bernstein, and was interviewed by Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul, for his Success TV. She lives in Chapman, Ontario, Canada. Welcome, Debbie.
Thank you.
So excited to have you. So diving right in, one of the things that I really loved initially about you was that you were curious. You had a lot of questions right out the gate, and I could tell that your curious mind has helped you really kind of understand who you're in front of, first of all, and that you have just that genuine heart that really truly loves to be in connection. Tell me, I love that you have that childcare background. Tell me kind of how you bridged from childcare into helping people develop their vision.
Yeah. So I love that you identified, you hit it right on the money. Actually, that's my superpower is connect. I like connecting people. I like connecting people to themselves, to others, and certainly now to their vision. And so in my role as a childcare, we grew. So it was a multi-site, not-for-profit organization. I led a team of about 75. And we were also, got to brag a little. We were like running for 8 years, running the best childcare in our community, but then even within our province. So you have states, we have provinces. Within our province, we were one of 7 to pilot this new way of being with children. It came out of Australia, came out of Italy, and it was play-based learning, which any young mom, even in the United States, like in Canada, it's like now that's just common language. But 15, 17 years ago, it was very theme-based. Everything seemed more artificial, like little tykes, plastic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we turned that on its head, and we were one of the first to do that. And what happened was so transformational that I started to tell my story because other childcare centers wanted to know what was going on. And that storytelling turned into public speaking. And it just felt very natural because I was just talking like I'm talking now, like this happened and then this failed and this succeeded. And, this is lessons learned. And then people were like, can you teach us how to do that? So then those turned into workshops. And all of a sudden I was on this circuit. And I was like, well, this is really cool to make a bigger impact. And at the same time, I recognized that my educators most of them, their challenges when they came into my office didn't have anything to do with professional development. Like they were educated in how to support children, but it was their own family relationship, self-confidence, feeling empowered, finding their voice, like all of that stuff. So I was coaching unbeknownst to me and realized that I really loved empowering women. So putting those two situations together, like the universe does, and I realized, wow, I'm meant for something bigger. And so I went and had a photo shoot done. So anyone here on the call or listening, if you haven't had a branding photo shoot, I don't care what business you're in, or even if you're not in business, even if you're like exiting business and you're in retirement, go have a branding photo shoot done. It's extraordinary because you get to see this person through the lens of someone else, but it's you. And so that's what happened to me is that I peeked into this future version of myself. And I thought, wow, I want to be that girl. And the photographer's like, you are. And I'm like, I don't feel like her, but I touched the magic for a moment and I wanted more of that. And I thought, wow, if a simple image of myself can do this, what happens if I create a full board of images? And so vision boards came across my news feed. And so I started my company while I was still a childcare director. So I did them simultaneously, like weekends and sometimes on my vacation days, I was doing that. I built a studio, as you said in my bio. And so then two years ago in July, I left that 30-year career and I took the plunge and I jumped in full time into my vision board business, but COVID, like I was during COVID. So again, that extra layer, but that's kind of the thread where it came from childcare. And I still have that curious mind. I still am really excited about brain research because it all starts with us as children, and those fundamental beliefs that we hold on to. So all of it ties back to early years. And I just find so much of my coaching is threaded back to what I know with early years.
I love that so much. And we don't necessarily, when we take hold of the reins, you know, a little too tight, we don't get to be led in the direction that we're meant to go. So I love that you just got that vision and kind of continued to develop it, and that you get to be full-time in something that you love. For me, it's like I wake up with passion and purpose every morning because I'm doing truly what I love, not having to do the grind, you know? So that's exciting. I'm glad that you're full-time in this. And you have a little surprise for these ladies and anybody watching the recording, that you want to lead us through a little vision exercise.
I would, yeah. So if everyone has a piece of paper, pick out a piece of paper and a pen. And what I'd like you to draw on your piece of paper, this is the only drawing, I promise. You don't have to be artistic to do my workshops, is a shape of a diamond, the size of a Post-it note. So just draw a diamond shape on your piece of paper. Now in the top of your diamond, because we haven't done much work, so but I know that you've been working with April, and I know that like Molly, she's 75% on her scorecard. So I know you've been doing the work, which is awesome. I want you to think about, what is my vision for my future? Now, in all areas, it doesn't just need to be work. It can be in relationships, it can be in education, it can be in leisure, financial. Thinking about the one that lights you up the most. And use only 1 or 2 words, there's the other challenge, to describe it. And I want you to write it in the top, right up here. So think about a vision. I just want to distinguish between a vision and a goal. A goal is something that you can physically accomplish. I'm not talking about that. We all know that you can do it. And thumbs up, that's awesome. And that actually builds momentum towards your vision. A vision requires divine intervention. It's something that's so big that you're almost like, oh, do I even say this? It sounds crazy. That's a vision. Okay. So once you've got that, so can I just get kind of a thumbs up? I want to just make sure everybody's on the same step. Yeah. Okay, good. So the next, in the middle, I want you to write down, how will you feel when that vision manifests? When it comes to fruition, when you're fully living out the expression of this vision, what's 1 or 2 words that you would use to describe that feeling? So Molly, give me a thumbs up when you're ready. So I'll use you as an indicator. Yeah, good. Okay. Then at the bottom, I want you to maybe take out your phone, look at a calendar. When is this vision going to manifest? Be as specific as possible, month, year. This is where the rubber hits the road, and everybody usually does. What was that sound you made, Molly?
Oh, God.
You got it, Molly?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
okay. All right. So I can't see the others with your cameras off, but I'm hoping that you're all on the same page. Hi, Monique. You following along? You got it? Good. Okay.
Can you go back over? So we had the vision And the timeline, I got that. What was the second piece?
How you will feel. So what's the emotion? How will you feel? How would you describe that feeling using 1 or 2 words when it comes to fruition, when it manifests, when you're
Okay.
fully living into that vision?
I got
You got
it.
it? Okay, good, good. All right. So now I want you to go back to the top of the diamond. I want you to scratch off the vision. It's going to feel weird. Like, what? You just had me think of this. I want you to scratch it off. Because what I want you to know is that the middle 2 words are actually your vision. And I want you to look at the date that you wrote and ask yourself, am I willing to wait till then to feel that way?
No.
No.
I'm all going, no.
No. So can some of you share
Too
your
far.
word? What are some of the words that came up?
It's too far.
Mhm.
Mine was liberation and ease.
Beautiful.
And I put that I wasn't going to allow myself that until February of 2024.
Right. Okay. Good to notice.
It's too far
Lib-
away.
Liberation, ease. What else? April?
Mine is joy and free. I will feel joy and I will be free.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want that now.
Yeah.
I put 6 months from now.
That's pretty good though. It's pretty good. Okay. Monique?
I put just one word, accomplished.
Okay.
But I put 2 years because if you know my life, which some of you follow my social media, there's no way like I am doing what the universe, God is asking me to do. And so I felt accomplished after being at the Arenda retreat. I felt like, so I keep getting these little accomplishments along the way. But my vision is to be a divorce coach, basically, like everything what I think is leading up to what I'm supposed to be doing is like you keep just telling your story and then you realize other people need help. And so you become more of like a mentor or a coach in it. And then you realize so many more people that you can't even touch of them all at the same time is doing. So I'm going to have to get assistance and just the vision of having, there's no way I could do it right now. I have to take the baby steps to get to that vision. So it's putting myself with the right people and the right environments to continue to have it grow where it needs to grow. But I can't even see it accomplishing it before 2 years because it's a process, right? And I'm trusting the process.
Beautiful. Okay. I'm just going to pull bits of this. I know I've only got so much time, so we could probably talk about this for 2 hours, but I want to just give you some things to chew on. One is that a vision is not about someday. It's about today. And you deserve to feel liberation, ease, joy, free, accomplished when you leave this call. And here's how you do it. Exactly what you said, Monique. When I attend the retreats, when I start to reach out and declare that I'm a coach, when I start to make contacts with people that are divorced, that I want to spend time with, then I'm feeling accomplished. So I want you to recognize that you already are living your vision by acknowledging and celebrating those small goals that will then actualize your big vision. So the goals, those little things that you're doing as you're working, like you said, it's a process. So you had so much of the pieces of what I'm saying here, like I heard it, but I want you to take out the part that you said, I can't do it, or it's not, like, I forget exactly how you said it, but like, it's not viable, or it's just unrealistic, or I want you to acknowledge yourself that you are doing it. And every time you acknowledge that, it will fuel you forward into the bigger vision. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Yeah. What do you get from that?
For me, I think it is just that self-talk, that self pump you up every morning, affirmations or however you want to talk about them, where you're like, I am doing, when you were talking about that, I think about, I had my assistant put together all the countries and states that my members of my group are a part of now. And it's like, we're up to 8 countries. And I forget how many states, 13 states or something already that it's reaching. And so it's celebrating those little accomplishments and going, wow, it's happening, it's growing, we are starting to spread. And then, you know, the next day we had somebody from a state we didn't have anybody as a member. So, you know, just celebrating the little accomplishments, I think is really key to keep propelling.
Absolutely. And coming as you will be. So I am accomplished. I am accomplishing big things. Whatever it is, again, for your affirmation. I love Jack Canfield. As I said, I was interviewed by him. He's a big influence in my life. And he uses this protocol. I'm so happy and grateful now that. And you fill it in. It should be specific and brief. So I do 4 of them, and they are tied to my vision board. But they're really powerful. And it's like reps at a gym, like saying them continuously on every day for 30 days. Actually, there's science that shows that it actually changes your brain. And I notice my results accelerate when I am consistently disciplined with saying my affirmations out loud. One of mine is, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continual basis. I had 4 reach outs this week from unrelated sources that are just like money. Like, I'm talking tomorrow, boom, $1,000. I've got consultants, 3 different consultants, $500 an hour. Like, it just showed up. And I was like, oh yeah, because I've been consistent again with my affirmations. That's how that works.
I love that so much. Playing around with pinning here. So let's take a couple of minutes to talk about some of the freebies that you have on your website that I think are such a gift. So one of the first touches that I had with you was your scorecard, and Molly did that before our call. So tell us a little bit about the idea behind that, and we'll put that in the link, and I'll get that to all of you gals. I think I already have to most, but tell me a little bit about that and how that came to be.
Yeah, so I think we all like scorecards. I mean, I even liked it when I was a kid, you know, when you'd have little quizzes in a magazine, like, how sexy are you? I don't know, whatever. We all want to know that we're like the sexiest. But, right. So it's like dream, discover, declare are the framework of it. And that's in my logo, but we start with dreaming. So opening up the brain, like I said, that I had with my image of myself, like what's possible, being able to touch the magic. So giving yourself space to dream. And then discovering is more in the goals, which is the doing. So it's researching, discovering. So if that's my vision, who do I get to surround myself with? What kinds of groups should I be in on Facebook? Who should I be following, that I can learn more from? Who do I want to have as my mentor? So discovering and uncovering. And then the last is declaring. And that's what I said about affirmations and using your voice. And it doesn't have to be loud. I remember one woman, she's quite shy. She's like, declaring sounds so loud. And I said, actually, declaring can be a whisper to yourself. It's about saying it to yourself. And it is powerful to declare it to the world and saying it to others, but it doesn't have to be either or. It could be both. And so the scorecard gives you an opportunity to answer some simple questions in each of those 3 areas and just see where you are excelling and where you might be challenged and that you want to do some more work in that area. Now, Molly, as I was saying to her score is unique in that she's even keel across the board. So it looks like she's been doing work in all of those areas, but she still has room to do some growth, which we always all do, don't we? So that's really the scorecard. It's just to give you, a meter stick, or a yardstick, I should say. I'm meter in Canada. Yeah. Just to see where you're at and to encourage you and hold you accountable. To say, I want to learn more in this area.
I love that. And then you also have 5 steps to creating a powerful vision board e-guide that they can sign up to. So that's super fun.
So one of the courses I teach is a power word, and my word is pour. So pour into. And I'm a Christian, so I believe like when I'm poured into, or when I pour into others, I am poured into. And so my cup is full, and that what spills over is for y'all. And what I've been doing is really pouring into everything that I do. And that e-guide, I don't leave anything on the table. Like, you could potentially use it and create a really powerful vision board. Most of my framework methodology is included in there. So again, if you are a real self-starter with a lot of initiative, you certainly could use it and create your own powerful vision board.
Beautiful. I love that. Those are two amazing gifts. Anything else that you want to say? So we'll have 5 minutes and then we'll transition to the question and answer. And we have that little bit of time with these beautiful ladies. Anything else you want to say kind of on recording and that I think is important for people to know about you or about vision boards, that sort of thing?
Well, I think I like bullets, and it helps me remember things. And so there's 2 3-word bullets that I can give you that really summarize, like I said, dream, discover, declare, but also ask, believe, and receive. And that is the foundational piece of a vision board. Ask for what you want. Sounds very simple. And it takes, my full vision board workshops take up to 6 hours, because that piece of it, just clearing away the garbage, because you can't build a vision. You can't build a house on a garbage dump. We get to clear some of the limiting beliefs, the stuff that we've been holding on to. And so what is it that I really want? Ask, and then ask for it. And then believe. So trusting and really believing that all things are exactly the way it's supposed to be. And that I'm starting my day with gratitude. It's not just at the end of the day when I look back and go, oh, wow, that was great. Thank you. No, I'm starting my day with gratitude so that I'm in anticipation, expectation of good things coming my way. And then the last is being open to receive. And I think that's one of the most difficult ones for us as women, because I'll tell you, like, even again, I do this work and I still catch myself when somebody compliments my clothes. And I right away want to tell them I got it on sale, that, well, I'm not sure if it fits right. And like, I'm making up all this BS. And I'm like, why am I doing that? Why am I downplaying it? Just say thank you and accept the compliment, right? Or accept a ride somewhere, accept a coffee. Like, so just like I talked about the reps, going to the gym and working out that muscle, exercising the receiving muscle, because if we can't receive the little things, how in the world do we expect to receive the big things that God, the universe, is sending us? So ask, believe, receive. So that's the first 3 words. And then the second I would give you is, most people think about a vision or a vision board in this way. What do I want to have? What do I need to do to have that stuff? And then I'm going to be happy. Typically, it's how a vision board is positioned. The way that I offer it in a Dare to Declare philosophy is I flip that on its head. And I hope that you've already gotten that from me in this last 20 minutes, is that who do I get to be? So it starts with a B, my being. So that's that middle section. I get to be liberated, at ease, joyful, free, accomplished. And then the doing is the goals, which support that vision. And then the have, the abundance, when you're in alignment with that, it shows up. You don't have to worry about that. It's all in the big plan. So be, do, have, instead of have, do, and be. So those are the 3 words as well that I would give you.
That's like gold right there. I mean, I can see that where I have stopped myself from receiving those little things for sure. And I kind of know that, but in same thing, you got to build the muscle, right? But really to sit in that space of having that feeling of joyful freedom and knowing that it's all coming and being in anticipation. So believing and receiving, that's super amazing. I love that. Thank you so much, Debbi. What an honor and thank you so much for your time. We'll end the recording and then we'll go into our Q&A.